Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is a game with 56 playable characters, each with 6 choosable colors. And while the tier list for Marvel vs. Capcom has been decided a long time ago in terms of who's good, what hasn't been decided is who looks the goodest. And that is what I'll be doing today, going through each character and ranking them based on how nice their colors are or how stinky they are. And let me tell you, there are some stinky ones, but 56 times 6 is 336 colors to talk about, so let's get into it, starting things off with Akuma.
Shush.
It'll be a little weird to talk about the default colors for some of these characters, because it's like, yeah, that's just kind of what they look like, but you know, in the broad sense, black gi for Akuma, it's his classic look, and it fits him perfectly. He's the turbocharged, evil version of the Shotos. Give him the black gi, you know, it's all you need to know about him. He looks good. The white gi might be my personal favorite. I just like how it's like so kind of terrestrial looking on him, and it kind of like de-emphasizes, you know, it makes him a little less like of a junk food character in a sense, where it's like, oh, he's the evil demon guy, he wears black, but in this one it's like, oh, he's an evil demon guy, but he's just in a white karate gi. He doesn't need his clothes to be intimidating too, like he's just intimidating himself, so I don't know, I like it for that aspect a lot. This one is really cool, and it's a reference to Shin Akuma, which is like this souped-up boss version of Akuma you could fight in Street Fighter Alpha 2 and 3, I believe. He also appears in, I think, Second Impact and CVS 2 and maybe some other places, but he's a crazy version of Akuma that can throw double air fireballs and do all this weird bullshit. Can't do that here, he's just a color, but he looks damn good, what can I say? This is his Player 2 color from Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, and I've always kind of liked this one. It makes him feel more like ghostly or something with the cool blues and grays. Almost like Oni from Street Fighter 4, like he's becoming more demonic or something. This red one closely resembles skin he has in Alpha 3, and it also looks like his 2-player color from X-Men vs. Street Fighter. But I actually like it a lot more than in that game because they've made his hair more of an orange color, whereas in that one they kept it more red and it made him more monochromatic and it just didn't look as nice. But the orange hair contrasting with those olive gloves, it looks fucking good, man. This last one is the only kind of sour spot for me. Not that it's bad necessarily, but it kind of just looks like somebody took the light kick color and cranked the saturation way up. I could see if you like it, the blue's okay, but he's had cooler colors and I kind of wish there was something a little more unique here. It just kind of feels like a worse version of that light kick, so. Not terrible. I think I'd be comfortable putting Akuma in B tier. Pretty solid, not the best. Not bad. Oh, Amingo, you poor bastard. Confined to Marvel 2, and he's not very good in the only game that he's in, but you know, he makes up for that in charm, I would say. I love this character. He's great. Not to play, but whatever. You know, starting out with the default color, it's a really good color. It's one of his best, but I don't feel like it screams default color to me. Like, it looks like a Player 2 color, for whatever the fuck that means, but, you know, pretty good for what he's got. This red, white, and blue one reminds me of Rocket Pop, but other than that, I feel like it's a little awkward. It's a swing and a miss for me. It just the blue eyes feel strange against his green body, and the red hat, I don't know, it's like the wrong shades or something. So it's not bad, but I wouldn't call it great. And again on this one, I like it in like principle, but in actuality, I'm a little on the fence. The brown for the hat is a little weird with that purple. The purple and the yellow and his like skin tone are nice, but altogether it just feels like a tiny bit off for me, and it's okay. This one is my favorite. It's like it's got villain-coated kind of colors with the purple and the light green and stuff, but I think the tan pants and the white sash, the purple hat, this shit looks great. He looks good. And again, here's another one that's like, it's almost there, but it's just a little off, and I think it's because it's too dark overall. If his clothes or his skin tone were lighter to contrast the darker colors, it probably would pop a lot more for me, but because it's so dark, it just feels kind of flat. It just doesn't, I don't know, not my favorite. This one's a little bit better. I actually kind of like this one. The only questionable choice to me, though, is the color of the hat itself, not the red trim, but the kind of greenish, brownish color. But overall, it's not bad. I kind of like it. The purple is a nice touch. It looks pretty good. That all said, though, pretty good and not bad, and I don't hate it, aren't going to land you very far in this tier list. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to put Amingo in D, where he belongs, because his colors are a little stinky. Nice regal gold and blue color scheme for Anakaris or Anakaris or however the fuck you say his name. I always thought his default was really good. I am a sucker for green color schemes on characters, and this is a really good one. They didn't fuck up his bandages by making him like a nasty off-green color or something. So you just have this really nice, simple contrast. And it's good. It has that like Smash Bros. Green team kind of appeal. It's just a simply done, but well done skin. I like it a lot. This one doesn't work for me at all. He's a poop mummy. Let's just be honest with ourselves. That's a doo-doo mummy. I don't know why they made his bandages like chocolate milk ass brown, but it's not the color I would have went with. I understand wanting to darken him to kind of give him just a different look, but that wasn't the way. Everybody likes a pink alternate, and I'm no exception. This is the Cinnamon Gum Mummy. It looks fucking awesome. I love the red and pink. It's nice. This is a great example of a phenomenon we'll be seeing a lot, where if a character's default color is primarily red, their second player color is blue, and if their default color is blue, it's red for the second player. But, I gotta say, he might even look better in red than blue. It's tough. They're both equally nice looking colors, but the red suits him real well. It's a solid pick. Look at this one. Isn't that cute to do him in black and white like that as an homage to all those classic monster movies that inspired all the Darkstalkers characters? It's perfect. It's pitch perfect. You couldn't make a better color for this mummy. Even though he does have a detractor with the doo-doo mummy skin, the other colors are so strong, I'm willing to put Mummy Man right here in A. Well, BB Hood is supposed to be like a psycho version of Red Riding Hood, so it would make sense that her default color would be red, and yeah, it looks pretty good. The purple cloak is nice, but I wish her hair was a different color because as it stands, it's too similar to her skin tone and it kind of just muddies all the details in my opinion, which lowers it a few points for me. The navy blue looks really good. It's kind of understated, but it like fits her character well, and I think it all just balances out nicely. It's good. On Light Kick, we got ourselves a Player 2 blue, and it's good. It's a nice kind of lighter one, which suits her kind of whimsical facade nicely, and it sets it apart from the navy blue. It's a great choice. Look, I'm torn on this white one. I get it. I bet a lot of people out there fucking love this color because everybody always picks the white color for whatever reason. But again, the hair, it's so fucking close to the cloak. It's just kind of weird. Like, why'd they do that? Why didn't they keep it blonde or make it brown or some shit? Kind of ruins the whole thing for me a little bit. I mean, it's okay, but it's not. It's not okay. This darker one's nice. It doesn't have the hair problem as bad. The peach hair sets it apart pretty well, and I think it's overall pretty decent, but it's not exactly my cup of tea. A little more edgy than I'd like for a character like this, but, it's not bad. BB Hood is definitely middle of the road for me. I do like some of her colors. I don't really love anything. I wish they had some of the stuff from like the Darkstalkers games. I know she has like a green and like an orange, and those are colors I'm kind of more into for her, but as it stands, I think she squeaks by with a low C, but a C nonetheless.
Blackheart rises.
I'm just going to start this off by saying Blackheart is hands down one of the coolest looking characters in these games. I love how he's lit front and back with these different colored lights, and that is because his character is supposed to be this like shadowy monster guy. And the default color sells that perfectly. This purple and this blue, it's mysterious, it feels alien, gives him a unique color palette, and it really sells what this character is about. This one feels like subterranean and like earthy in a way, the browns and the light tans. And the orange backlighting makes it feel like he's in a cave being lit by torches or something. It's really good. Oh man, this one's so good. That purple and that pink just looks so nice. And it kind of gives him like an alien spin, especially in that Marvel Comics way. A lot of times they'll use purples and blues and pinks to color alien technology or characters. And I feel like it kind of suits him well. The brightness of the white color on this one is really nice, and it kind of evokes like an inked comic look, like before the comic is colored, or comics that are printed without color. I mean, I know he's got the red backlighting, which adds a really cool dynamic, but the black and white really does something for me. It really frames him well. I like this teal one a lot as well. It kind of makes me think of him as like the sub-dwelling like orc creature or something like that, some kind of big imp or something, backlit with like the flames of hell. For this last one, we almost have like a flip on the default colors where now the purple is up front and the backlight is blue. And that blue backlighting really makes it look like he's out at night, like he's some kind of creature that stalks the city streets or the countryside or something. It looks fucking awesome. And so yeah, probably to no one's surprise, I'm putting Blackheart in S tier, the first one there. And I think he's earned it. He looks great. All his colors are great.
Leave it to me.
Being a newcomer, Cable has all new artwork for this game, and he looks really good, and I think the raw dog blue of like Cyclops and other X-Men characters would have looked a little strange on him, so the choice to mute it and give him a more navy kind of blue was good, and I think his default is really nice. Now this is a weird one. I feel like, on one hand, he looks goddamn ridiculous in this color. Like, this is not some shit that Cable would ever put on. It does not fit his character. But on the flip side, I just like how it looks for some reason. I don't know, it just looks nice to me. This kind of greenish gray and off orange one, I think is supposed to evoke suits he's worn in the past. Like, I know I've seen him depicted wearing greens and browns and things like that, and it kind of conjures up that imagery to me. I don't know if that was an intentional choice or whatever, but that's what it speaks to me. And on one hand, it's kind of ugly, but it's ugly in a way that totally fits Cable, and it kind of comes back around to me liking it. So it's not bad. And then on the flip side of that, we have this Barney the Dinosaur purple color, which I don't feel like fits Cable's character at all, but it looks really cool. It sells that future soldier alien technology shit pretty well, and I don't know, I like the purple. We got a nice utilitarian gray that suits Cable perfectly and looks really good. I like this one a lot. This is unrelated, but for some reason it kind of reads to me like he's wearing shark skin or seal skin or something. But that doesn't really affect, the rating or anything. And then this one, which isn't just the default again, I know, it's slightly darker, but it might as well be. It's arguable if it looks nicer than the default or not, I don't know, but regardless, it's too similar, and I would have preferred a different color here entirely. Overall, Cable has some nice colors, but nothing that really wows me or razzle-dazzles me or anything like that. I'd want to put him in very low B or high C, but I think I'm just going to stick him in C. Oh boy, Cammy. I never liked this bitch, but that's okay. She's got some alright colors in this one. Starting off with this light blue, which you're like, why isn't she green? It's because this is a different costume from when she was like a brainwashed assassin for Bison, and then she got free will and wore a different costume that still had no pants for some reason, but it doesn't matter. It's an okay color. See this is better. You darken it up a few shades, and then now you got a blue that I like a little more. This one's not bad. This lavender is really nice though, probably one of her best colors. I like how it's not completely monochromatic, but it's all sort of like in that purple realm. Even the brownish boots are like purpley pink. And it reminds me of Hyper Fighting, where it's like all the colors are kind of messed up and it feels a little like psychedelic and like overcharged and weird. She looks really good though. Of course, the light kick is her classic green color, which looks good on this outfit too, I think. The red contrasts real well, and the brown pairs well with it. She looks really good in this color, and it's the color I think of her wearing when I think of her, and I think of her constantly. I like this pink. I think it's pretty good. The only unfortunate side effect is it kind of makes her like war paint on her legs look like big stretch marks, but it's a price I'm willing to pay for these purple gloves. Overall, I think it's pretty good. Oh, look, someone's custom color made it into the game. No, I'm just kidding. It's the edgy black one. People love these kind of colors. I do too. My only complaint, it's not even the pink hair. I like that. The purple boots are cool, but like, what the fuck is up with the red color on the gloves? Like, that shit contrasts horribly. Like, I'm seeing raw pixels. They're cutting my eyes. They're so fucking sharp. It's okay, but I'm gonna dock some points for that. Like, the variety here is nice, but I don't know, Cammy doesn't do much for me, and so I'm putting her in C for Cammy. C for Cammy.
Thumbs up, soldier!
Old Cap, his colors are pretty limited, by the nature of what he is, but for default color, this light blue is very nice, very Capcom-y. I love it. We got like a stonewash denim cap here, which, I don't know, just looks a little faded. Somebody left him out in the sun too long or something. Oh no, now somebody's taken that same cap and they've put dish gloves on him. No, I kid, it's kinda okay. You might be confused as to why yellow, but I'm pretty sure it's a reference to the time he spent as Nomad, which was a persona he had during the 90s. It's complicated, it doesn't fucking matter, but his colors were blue and yellow, so that's where I assume this comes from. Ooh, the green cap. This is his alt in Marvel 1. I've always had a soft spot for this one. I don't know why. The green and red, you'd think it'd be like Christmas, but nah, he just looks fucking good. This is my personal favorite cap. I just love the pale blue color. He looks really nice in that. But the cool secret X factor here is that when he does any moves with like an after effect, like when he does shield throw, charging star, whatever, the effect color is green instead of the normal blue, and it just makes his moves look crazy. And I like it. It's good. The second of the two dish glove cap skins, but I think this one wins out for me because it's got more of like a raw comic book blue than like a weird navy. And if you're gonna do cap like in these colors, just fucking do it, alright? I do feel a little bad about doing him like this, but he's gotta go in D. You know, he is hamstrung. How many colors could Captain America really have? I mean, I don't know if you could make him like purple and pink. Kind of loses the motif, but, you know, he should have thought about that before he committed.
Captain Commando!
You know, for the guy literally named Capcom, I think blue was the right choice, and he looks good. As for his posse, which, yeah, if you've never played this game, Captain Commando has his own assists, and these guys are the other playable characters from, I guess Captain Commando is the name of his game, but, you know, purple ninja, orange mummy, green mech baby. It's a good, nice visual spread on the team there. The teal on Captain Commando, it's like combing your hair the other way. You're like, ooh, this is different, but it's really not that different. But, you know, nonetheless, it's nice. As for his chums, I think the ninja looks pretty cool in white. I mean, everybody likes a white ninja, right? And, you know, red mech baby, it's good. And then I guess the mummy only brought the one outfit, so he's just in orange again. But, again, solid-looking team composition. Oh, the black is easily one of his best colors. He looks like some kind of like super space cop or something. And the team, they're rocking black too to match, which feels right. Here's his Marvel 1 Player 2 color, which is red, and I don't feel like it's as fitting as the blue, but it still looks real nice. And as for his boys, you know, ninja in black makes sense, blue baby, it's nice, but, you know, altogether, I don't know, it's okay. I can't tell you exactly why I like this one, but something about the orange just like really does it for me. Even though it's orange on orange, he's already got the orange and yellow in his costume. I don't know, it works. His party's definitely given sort of like villain vibes, like at least by classic comic book standards with the greens and the purples and shit. It's a little spooky. It's good. Any character worth a shit has a pink color, and Captain Commando is no exception, because this is one of the best pink colors ever, maybe. It was a bold choice to go with like baby pink instead of hot pink, but I respect it. I think it's for the better. And his entourage is equally pastel-y. You got a nice light blue ninja and this kind of key lime pie green baby mech here. Overall very like nursery colors, but like in a very good way. Yeah, there's not a bad pick amongst the bunch, but nothing really blows my dick off, so I feel like I would want to put him in like high A, but since I'm not dividing it like that because it's too much, who cares? He's just going in A, but it's, you know, it gets a big grin from me as well.
Too easy.
Charleston Chew, I always thought he looked nice. The green and yellow, it's a little military, but it's a little more abstract. Kind of like what they were going for with his character. He's just like thirst trap Guile. He's cooler. He's more anime. He fucks. But yeah, these colors are nice. This one's my personal favorite Charlie color. Something about the white and the blue pants. It just looks so clean and like crisp and cool. And it really fits his personality well, I think. Oh, but on the flip side of that, we got Stinky Doo-Doo Charlie. Like somebody locked him in the porta potty and pushed it down the hill, and now he's all splashed up and covered. That's what this looks like stink. Ew. Oh, this one's a classic two-player color. I think he's had this in like X-Men vs. Street Fighter in one of the alpha games, or something similar. The red jacket, it looks really good, and I like the kind of like off-gray, kind of green pants. I appreciate it a lot. It's not my favorite, but it's up there. It's good. Oh man, I know I said that white and blue one was my favorite, but this one, I don't know, it's up there. Close second. Bumblebee Charlie is what I like to call it. And black pants and shoes look real nice with that yellow jacket. He looks cool. It's bold, it's brash, but I don't like it that much. It's just like so... It's monochromatic. If the pants were darker, the jacket was darker, you could give me all red. That's fine. Just give me varying shades. Give me a sand red or something. I don't know. Who dressed this guy, huh? It's okay. Listen, it brings me great pain to do this, but I think Charlie, he's knocking on the door of A tier, but he's not getting let in. He's in B tier, but he's the closest you could be to A. It's just Stink Charlie and Red Charlie. I feel like they're working against 4 other very good colors. Chun-Li is blue. She's always been blue, and it looks good here too. This green is probably my favorite color of hers, the light kind of color they've gone with. It just contrasts so well with the red they've added to the brown parts of her leggings and hair. Makes her pop, and it looks great. This purple-pink Chun almost feels like a reference to like Jury, except she didn't exist yet, but you know, looks really good on her. It's a little more edgy, a little more like neon and punk maybe, I don't know. Got a bubblegum pink Chun. It's kind of girly, kind of fun, you know, looks good on her. I also like this one too. Ever since Street Fighter had alternate colors, which I think was either Champion Edition or the one with the hyphen, can't remember. I always thought Chun looked good in red, and I still do. I know I've made fun of characters having like edgy skins, and I think this is one done really well, even though it's not really edgy, she's just wearing darker colors, but I don't know, something about it reminds me of like Smash Melee, and I'm not really a Smash guy at all, but something about the like reddish, purplish pants, I don't know, it adds like a nice vibrancy to a darker skin, and I think that's why I like it so much. It was a hard decision, but in the end, I think I gotta put her in the A tier, although I was considering S because she's got no bad colors, and in fact, they're all pretty fucking good. But I feel like she's just missing that extra little element, that little sparkle to bring her up to S for me. First and foremost, default Colossus looks fucking excellent. The use of blue and the silver parts of him, it rounds him out. He's got the classic red, yellow, blue, the hero colors. He looks fucking great. But I don't know what the hell happened with his alternates. I mean, let's check it out. Exhibit A. It's the fucking same. What changed? He's a little more purple on the silver bits, and like the red and yellow are a little more like dark. But it's too similar. Okay, I know I was talking shit on the last one, but at least that looked like nice. Like this they just pinked him up. He's all fucking pinked. It's gross. Credit where credit is due, this is the only real alternate that I will consider worth anything. And it's not bad. The orange and yellow making him a little more purple. It's a good, like, kind of off-tinged version of Colossus. If there was, like, you know, a shitty SNES game where you had to fight an evil version of Colossus and he was these colors, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. You know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Look at this shit. We're back to here. He's just the same again. They made him more gray in the metal part? Who gives a shit? Look, I know it's crass, but this is piss-soaked Colossus. This is Coloss piss. Let's be honest with ourselves. This is, if he could turn into metal, he could turn into a cigarette butt that's been soaking in a urinal. That's what this version of Colossus is. And so yeah, to no one's surprise, I'll be putting Colossus in the S tier. Just fucking kidding, he's going into D.
Behold!
Cyclops was a bit of a sleeper hit for me. I wasn't really expecting anything, and I was pleasantly surprised by what's on offer. That said, this blue on the default is just okay. Doesn't tickle my fancy, if you know what I'm saying. At first glance, this one just seems like a desaturated version of the default, but it kind of grew on me as I saw it in motion. Something about the like really pale blue and the kind of like more soft yellows really looks good on him in motion to me. I like this white one a lot because it could kind of read like silver depending on how you look at it, and the yellow's almost more like an orangey color, which makes him feel like an entirely different dude. He reminds me of some fucking guy from the DC universe that I can't remember the name of, but he's white and orange and he kind of has some belts and shit on his costume. When I think of Marvel 2 Cyclops, this is the color I picture him in, even though it's not the default. And I mean, you know, it might as well be. Black and yellow is a long-established variant of the X-Men colors, and, you know, for good reason. It looks nice, and it looks real good on him. Aw, Stealth Cyclops, black on gray. Little tacky maybe, but it feels appropriate, and it feels like some bullshit variant action figure they would have tried to sell. And then finishing things out strong, we have Xbox Cyclops, which is so out there and weird that I can't help but love it. I love that his hair is green, and that his skin is almost like a sickly green color. I don't know if that's just a limited palette thing or what, but it makes him feel like a radioactive barrel mutant, you know, as opposed to the genetic mutant that he is. but it's good. I like it. It feels very 90s and like gross. Cyclops has some really good colors, and in fact, I don't think any of them are truly bad or anything. They're all decent to pretty fucking great. But I think at the end of the day, he's sort of a B tier kind of guy that just feels right. I think pink is the perfect color for Dan. There's not a more fitting color for his personality or what he is. You know, it's excellent. I might be a little biased, but it's fucking good. Well, if you're gonna have pink, you gotta have purple, and this is not a bad shade at all. They even lightened his hair a little bit to fit better with the darker color. It's nice. Oh, Banana Dan, this one is good. That's a nice, soft shade of yellow. It's still really vibrant, but it's not like harsh like Ken's yellow. It's more like a soft yellow, which fits Dan well. And then look at this, we got some color theory. Got purple, it's the opposite of yellow. The shit pops for the gloves. And then they made his hair kind of red, which just makes him vibrant overall a little more. It might be my favorite. What, this is like Goku Dan, maybe? It's really similar to the yellow one. It's, you know, you got the purple gloves, the kind of red hair. But I don't know, this shade of orange just really does it for me. It's got the, you know, orange can turn real bad. You get like the dark parts start turning weird, like brown colors. And it makes the whole entirety of the orange look bad. But here, this shit's crisp and vibrant. It looks good. Alright, I lied to you. This one is my favorite for sure. That is the perfect shade of green, in my opinion. It's like, somehow it lives between like lime green and forest green and like all the different greens. It lives right in the middle of all those harmoniously. The perfect middle ground green. And with the orange gloves and the kind of lighter hair on Dan, it just all looks so cohesive and fuck, it's perfect! Listen, absolutely nothing wrong here with this kind of cyan color, but it's just hard after seeing that green one to be excited about something. So, you know, only by comparison is it lesser, but it's really not a bad color at all. It's a good. And for the first time in Dan's entire career, he's S tier. Congratulations, buddy. Dhalsim's default maybe isn't the flashiest colors, but, you know, in the original Street Fighter 2, he rounds out the roster really well with, like, yellow and orange. It's kind of, like, unique to him. And it looks pretty good, so, you know, starting off all right here. Oh, man, this one's good. You know, I never understood what's going on with Dhalsim, if he's, like, painting his whole body or if for just some reason he's a different color like Blanca. I don't know, but the blue shorts and the orange skin is a winning combination for me. It's like Tony the Tiger Dhalsim or something. This one's a little less fantastical. Dhalsim's not like neon pink or something, but it's good. I like the cooler tones, and the green on his clothes like gives him a different vibe. Makes him feel like tropical or something. Like he should be in a lush jungle wearing this shit. I always liked this one. It's his alt from Marvel's Superheroes vs. Street Fighter, but it also looks a lot like this one he had from Super Turbo. And it also looks like Necro, the character from Street Fighter 3, and I'm not sure if that was an intentional reference or what, but either way, the colors look really nice on him, makes him feel like a comic book character, and he fits really well into the world of Marvel vs. Capcom. This one has to be a reference to the Champion Edition alternate color for Dhalsim, although it's a little more vibrant here, which fits the tone of Marvel a little better than Super Turbo. But I like it. They've kind of replaced the blue with like a more lavender for the highlights and kind of a purpley color for the darker tones. And it's cool. It makes him feel like an otherworldly, like alien or dimensional being or some shit. This one I like to call Rotten Clown Dhalsim, and I think he looks like a zombie or like some kind of undead creature here, which is a cool look for him. The pink shorts and stuff were a pretty wild choice, but I think he pulls it off. I think Dhalsim has some of the coolest colors in this game, and for that, he's going into S tier.
Photon shocks!
Dr. Doom is kind of another Colossus situation, but starting off, his default is pretty nice. I like the toothpaste green they went with. It really sets him apart from the rest of the cast. It's good. On first inspection, this one looks alright. The green's a nice shade, but what they fucked up is they greened up his metal bits, and it just kind of washes him out. He doesn't have any contrast. No contest, this is the best color Doom has. The navy blue it's beautiful. It fits him so well. And on top of that, it's actually a reference to Doom 2099, which is this comic about the year 2099, and Doom wakes up in the future, but he doesn't know if he's a clone or the real Doom, and his country's been taken over by a weird, furry and he wears blue, and it devolves into a cyberspace chase, like that thing they did in the 90s a bunch where they'd go into the internet and like surf around. Doom does that shit with a virus, but yeah, I never finished it. I never found them all. Anyways, though, it's a great color. Oh boy, sepia tone Doom. We got Wild West shenanigans going on with this color. And it's like, I like the kind of like lightly gold tinted color on his metallic bits, but because the green's also tinted yellow, he just kind of, again, it's the same problem. He's just dusty. Dusty Doom. Oh, finally a different color. This one, you know, makes me think if there was like a Doctor Doom RPG, when you start out at level 1, this would be his default, like, stinky brown cloak before you get a cool green one. You know, the brown's not my favorite. It's okay, but at least it's something different. This one is very similar to the default, and it's another green one, but it has a good contrast with the blue kind of bits in the metallic armor and the, like, highlighter green they chose for his cloak. It's not bad. Unfortunately, I gotta put Doctor Doom in D tier, and it's because for as cool as they made him look, they really shit the bed on the colors. Like, and it's frustrating because in later games he has a bunch of cool colors, so I don't know what was the problem here, but it's just not gonna cut the mustard. You know, I've never really felt one way or the other about this Pervo cat girl, but I will say her default colors are nice. The white and blue fit her well, contrasts with her skin tone nicely, and she occupies a nice color, you know, profile on the roster. It's good. This one's a near miss for me. I get it, you know, you got orange, it's a great cat color, I know Garfield, but the dark green, it's just a little too weird for me, and the way the orange and her skin kind of blend together and muddies the details. Overall, I just don't like it. Hey, this is an improvement. This one is white, but it kind of reads like silver to me because of the like purplish blue color they've used in the shading. And that cool shading contrasts really nicely against her skin tone. I like the like kind of light blue nails and lips. She looks cool. This one makes total sense to me. This is like the player 2 color. You make her blue hair into like a pink, and the fur color becomes more of like a warm yellowy white, and I like it for that. I think it's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's, you know, it's got some merit. Nah, she looks like a nasty alien. It sucks because I get what they were going for. Pink is a good choice for her, and the silvery kind of like very light green hair, you know, good compliment, but something about it all together, it just looks fucking weird. I don't like it. Another one of these edgy skins. This one I'm kind of on the fence about. The pink nails kind of keep it cute. It's not super edge, but I don't know, it just looks a little crusty. The balance of all the colors isn't quite there for me, so I don't know. C is for cat, and that's where this cat's gonna go.
Kinetic card.
Gambit looks incredibly cool in these games, the way they drew him, so it's kind of, you know, I'm kind of biased just on that alone, but the default colors they chose are great. Making his trench coat more of a yellowy tan to contrast with the magenta was a great choice, and yeah, he looks fucking sick, brother. Ooh, this is a nice darker one. I love the color of the coat, that like kind of like very slightly brown but like mostly gray, and the purple, and how they took his silvery bits of his costume and made him more of like a deeper kind of grayish purple. All works together really good, fits his character. This shit looks nice. Oh man, we got NASCAR Gambit. This one really pops with the orange and blue contrast. I like his hair and the chest that color too. That real vibrancy really divides him up nicely, and it draws your eyes to his face and his kind of his center. Good shit. Normally, I feel like I wouldn't like a color like this because he is so, like, he's like sepia tone. But I don't know, something about Gambit, it works for me. It might be the coat, I'm not sure, but even his metallic bits are a little tanned up. The reflection on the back of his pants isn't blue anymore, it's more of a gray. And he's got that burnt orange hair, and all together, somehow, it works for me. It's a good look for Gambit. His one stumble. And it's not even that this color is bad necessarily, it just suffers from looking like the default with the saturation cranked up all the way, which just makes it read strangely to me visually. I don't know, I don't like it. This one's a grower. I mean, the baby blue coat jumps right out at you, but other than that, this is basically just the default color, which normally would lose points for me, but the more I watch this one in motion, the more I see it, I don't know, it just works for me. That baby blue coat looks good on him, even though it doesn't seem like it should. It seems like it should be funny. I don't know, Gambit makes it work. Overall, Gambit is an easy A tier, a lot of good choices here.
That's all.
I've always liked almost any other color over the green for Guile, but it's like you gotta have it. He's the military guy, so you gotta have the camo green, and it looks pretty good here, no complaints. Well, if you got a character that has camo print, you gotta do a snow camo alternate, of course, and it looks pretty good on Guile. I'm not huge on this color, it's kind of just the default green, but he's a little darker, and I don't know, I kind of wish it was the red color here, or the yellow, or purple, or really anything other than just another variant on green. Oh, Hyper Fighting Guile, this one has always been my favorite. He looks great in blue. I don't know what it is about blue camo, it's not really like a realistic camo, but I feel like it was all over the place for a minute there, and it just looks cool. We have the Autumn Camo Guile, which is a really nice look on him. Never been my favorite. I guess this would be Champion Edition Guile, if you want to classify him like that. Pretty good, though. This one I'm a little on the fence on, but it's definitely better than the darker one that's green. At least this one we have more of like a steel, kind of pale blue color to contrast his darker skin tone. And it's a reference to that Super Turbo color, so, you know, not bad overall. It's hard, you know, with Guile because I don't even think any of his colors are bad necessarily. It's just that in other games he's been in, he's had way cooler colors, and even with these set of sprites right here. And you would think that for a game as flashy and colorful as Marvel 2, they would have wanted to have him rocking some kind of fantastical shit. So, it's close, but I'm gonna have to put him in C, even though, you know, I'd like to put him in B, but I just don't really feel like I could justify it. You know, Hayato's a fairly cool-looking character. Just as an aside, I like to call him Gay Watto, and then I giggle and imagine a gay version of Watto from The Phantom Menace, Episode 1 of Star Wars. But yeah, he certainly looks like a Capcom fighting game protagonist with the white clothes and the headband. You know, street samurai by way of Final Fantasy or some shit. And the black and white color scheme is nice, and the bits are red, and his cool teal lightsaber. It's all good shit, classic shit. I like it. Normally, I wouldn't like a red washing of a character like this to just make him all monochromatic, but for some reason it works on Hayato, even if his shirt is now like a pink color. I don't know, it looks right. It's a very Smash Brosian color swap, and I think you'll see more of that with Hayato for whatever reason. See, whereas the last skin was kind of tasteful, now they've taken it too far, too much of a good thing. I think this has the same problem as that one Charlie skin. It's just too washed out and too red. It looks like someone's shitty custom color. Looks like your little brother's custom color. He's been playing Hayato online. Who'd let him do that? Yes, we have a nice F-Zero GX blue. I don't really know what I mean by that, but that feels right. Again, it's like that red one. He's very just blue this time, but I don't know. It looks right to me. It looks good. He looks good in blue. This one might be my favorite. I like the earthy tones here and the warm brown contrasted against the kind of cool teal on the shoes and the handle of the sword. It doesn't exactly fit as like futuristic, sleek sort of image, but I don't really care. It looks nice. Look, I get it. You gotta do it with a character like this. You gotta do the all black, the stealth skin. And, well, I do think, again, it looks like your little brother's been making some custom colors. I'll let this one slide, you know, it fits him all too well, even if I think it's a little washed out. Hayato's got some nice stuff, and he's got some kind of ugly stuff, but overall, it kind of just averages out to C for me.
Let's rock!
I always really liked how they drew Hulk in these games, and the choice to go with like a maroon kind of pants color instead of the purple like in the comics, it's just one of those things like, oh, that's Capcom Hulk, the maroon shorts, and, you know, I like it a lot. In later games, Hulk is all kinds of crazy colors, but it seems like they were stuck to making him mostly green in this one. But if that was the case and that was the restriction, you know, giving him some jeans, I get it, that's a suitable alt. It doesn't look bad either. To me, this one isn't bad, but it sort of feels like a wasted slot. Again, we got blue pants, but this time the green is a very, very washed out shade of almost gray, which seems to be alluding to Hulk's original color scheme, which was gray. Although in the next skin, you'll see why it's kind of a wasted slot. Because of this one, which is his best alternate color, I think, in these old games, hands down. This is a much better gray Hulk skin, which, again, Hulk was supposed to be gray when they originally printed him, but it was inconsistent and weird, so they changed him to green. Later, they actually made the gray Hulk into a character. I'm not going to get into all that, but it's a great reference. It's a good-looking color on him. I like how there's sort of a pinkish element to the gray to really make it contrast against the dark blue of the pants. Good fucking color. Oh, it's Prison Hulk. This one's actually pretty good. I like the green they went with. It's just a little bit blued up. Makes him look like a garden hose. And the orange shorts are, they fit him well. And it looks like he busted out of a prison. Of course, this would be comic-accurate Hulk, I guess, with the purple pants. But for some reason, it also makes me think of Halloween. And I think it's because they went with like a sickly green color for him that kind of reminds me of Frankenstein. It's a good look. Hulk is an easy C tier for me. There's really nothing bad here necessarily, but I would have liked to have seen some crazy skin colors, purple Hulk, blue Hulk, orange Hulk, red Hulk. Shit we see later, but not here.
Ice beam!
I was never a big Iceman guy myself, but the way they drew him in these games is really cool. But no, seriously, I really like the reflective surface they put on his character. It looks like he's made of ice. But I will say, his alternate colors are about as exciting as a cup of water. So let's get into it. The default is like a nice shade of light blue, but this is like, I can see what they were going for, but why is he green? It's just a very middle-of-the-road color, I think. They were really harping on this green thing, but at least with this one, he's got some yellow in the mix to make him look a little more dynamically lit, which is cool. But as far as being like a guy made of ice, he just kind of looks like dirty, like he was scraped up off the street. This one does look similar to the default, but it's more of a white color and like a light pale gray blue for the dark shading and stuff. And yeah, it's a great color for a character that's supposed to be made of ice. He looks like pristine, clean, shiny ice. It'd be a little hypocritical to complain about the green one, like being green's a problem, and then look at this pink one and be like, but that's a fine color for ice. But, what can I say? That's a good-looking color. He looks like he's made out of like a fucking strawberry daiquiri or something. Again, with the green shit, what is the obsession? I would understand if there was like 4 colors that were blue, but again, it's green and it's got a yellow backlight, just like that other one. It is different, but it's not that different, and I complained about that other one looking like dirty ice. This shit looks disgusting. He almost looks like he's made out of metal or something in this color. It's not like terrible, it's just weird, Alright, where's Iceman going? Well, I'll give you a hint. The letter is in his name. E tier, that's how shit he is. No, I'm just kidding, it's C tier. It's just okay.
Smoke bomb!
Old Jabroni Tony. I always liked how he looked, but I never liked his default colors. McDonald's red and yellow is Iron Man's deal, and Capcom never shied away from vibrant colors, but I don't know, something about him here, it's alright, but it's just not really my thing. I'm of two minds on this color. On one hand, I'm like, yeah, that's a more subtle yellow, kind of reads more like gold. But on the flip side, this shit looks like melting cheese pizza Iron Man. Like the sauce and the cheese have ran together and he's just a saucy mess. And I can't unsee it. This one I do like a lot. I think the gray is a lot less garish and harsh on your eyes than the yellow is. And it's a reference to the Silver Centurion armor, which is some shit he wore at some point. Here's a picture of it. But yeah, good color. I pick it often. I'm sure Tony's worn some blue and gold armor at some point, but as far as I know, this isn't like a reference to anything in particular. I think it's a good old case of player 1's red, so player 2 is blue. And in this case, this shit works way better than the red, I think. The shade of blue they've chosen is almost a little purple in the highlights, and it just makes the whole thing look real slick. It's good shit. This one is pretty similar to the Assist 1 color, but I actually like this one more. I think the dark blue, kind of grayish blue colors in the torso and the arms work a lot better than the light gray color of the other one. It sells the metallic armor kind of composition of his suit better than those light gray colors do, I feel. And it looks like he's wearing like a chrome and red suit, at least to my eyes. We have a thing like Colossus's colors here where they tried to keep him that red and yellow but it's an alt color, so they got to tweak it. And so they've drifted from red into like this orangey salmon color, and now yellow's become this sickly green. And on first inspection, it's like, oh, it's Stink Iron Man. He's just like moldy. And then the more I look at it in motion, the more I'm like, it's irradiated nuclear Iron Man, like some zombified version of him that stewed too long in like a nuclear vat or some shit. And I can't tell if I hate it or if I like it. Part of me says it's ugly as shit, and I think that's true. But, you know, with some guilt, I must admit it kind of works for me weirdly. I don't know. Well, through all the ups and downs, Iron Man winds up right in C tier. You know, some good stuff, some okay stuff. I don't know. He just feels average.
You're finished!
I'm not the biggest Resident Evil guy, but I always liked Jill's look. Although it is a little weird seeing her drawn in this style. It kind of feels like when Timmy Turner turned 3D for that TV special. But anyways, blue's a great color on her. I like the 2 shades of blue. I know that's just kind of how her outfit is, but it breaks her up very nicely. She has good color blocking. This one reminds me of Honey, but it's a good color. I like the yellow shirt and the kind of like warm brown for the other parts of her costume. It looks good. Oh, we got UPS Jill. I actually like this one a ton. It kind of makes her look like a local sheriff or something with the tan and brown color scheme. But they're really good choices for tan and brown. I like the pink color, what can I say? It wouldn't really make sense as a STARS uniform, I guess, but it's cute and girly and I feel like it's fun on her, so, you know, fuck it, this is a good one. Sure, teal is kind of an obvious color choice for the blue character's alt, but this is a really good combination of teal and kind of like a minty green. This one's nice, it's got a good balance and it's very vibrant. And gray, another color that totally makes sense for her. It looks pretty good. It's not my favorite, but I think for shades of gray, they pick some good choices. These are kind of warm grays, and they fit her well. It doesn't look dull or lifeless. It's a nice set of grays on her. I feel like Jill is an easy B tier. There's not a bad color amongst the group, and in fact, most of them are pretty strong. I'm a little out of my element here with Jin. I'm not like a mecha guy or like an anime guy, so if some of these colors are references to shit from animes, I don't know about it, but I am gonna rate them as colors. And starting off the all white, shit's good, looks nice. Again, very Capcom protagonist, right? The white color and the headband. This red and navy blue one is kind of weird, but I do like it. It's an odd combination of colors. It feels kind of muted in a way, even though it's bright red, but not a bad look at all. If you just told me like, hey, one of Jin's colors is grandma toilet color, I probably would have assumed that I'd hate it, but something about this weird mauve color, it kind of works for him. I think I like how subtle it is for pink, you know? It's so light, and the silver metallic elements and his white scarf and headband are still there. It's balanced really well. The black and gold, which is his alt color from Marvel 1. This one, I do like it. I get what they're going for. He's wearing all leather and shit, so it's like you gotta put him in black, and then, you know, gold is an obvious choice for the metallic bits and shit. I just think that the yellows they went with to make up the gold, I'm not the biggest fan of the shade. I wish it was a little more like pale or something, but it's not bad. Yeah, surprise, surprise, I like the green color, but you know, a lot of Jin's colors, they just picked really nice shades to flesh them out. And this green, you know, is no exception. It's just like the choice to go with like a teal color with a little element of blue in his shading and more of like a lime for the highlights, it just makes it look really dynamic across his body, and that always makes a winner for me. This one's kind of like a different take on the black color, but now it's blue, and it's a pretty straightforward blue, and it's paired with a pretty straightforward set of yellows for like the gold color. But, you know, I kind of like it. It's not too bad. It's a very blue-ass blue and a very yellow-ass yellow, but they come together in a way that does not look too bad on him. I think I actually like it more than the black one, honestly. I don't think Jin has a bad color at all, and I wouldn't even say there's one that's, like, even subpar. But there's none that are crazy good, I guess. So I think B is an appropriate spot for him.
I'm Juggernaut.
Juggernaut isn't the kind of guy that ventures outside of his wheelhouse too often, and his wheelhouse is earth tones. That's what all these colors are. But they're pretty good earth tones, and I guess it makes sense. Juggernaut's a brown or dark red character depending on how he's drawn. So, it's not like you're going to put him in bright teal or something. But I always appreciated how big his sprite was. He's just, interesting to see on the screen compared to all the other characters. He looks good. We got him wearing a Mars dust red here, and I gotta say, I like this depiction a lot. It's very Sega Genesis to me. This would be the X-Men game. He would be the boss, and after you damage him a little bit, he would turn this color to let you know you're on to the second phase of the fight. It's a good alternate, though. I like this. This one is definitely the most vibrant, and I think it's probably my favorite, but the orange on orange makes him feel like Hyper Juggernaut or something. There's an extra, juiciness to this jug. Oh yeah, the dark gray. I think this is his alternate from X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and the dark, just flat gray is a great color on him. It looks like concrete or iron or something, and it fits a character that's a big brick shithouse like Juggernaut, only this time he's like a concrete shithouse. Kind of like split pea soup, paramilitary Juggernaut here. This kind of feels like, if Juggernaut was an enemy in an old beat 'em up in level 1, he'd come back in the 4th level wearing this palette and he'd be able to fire rockets or something now. It's, I think on other characters I would say this is kind of like a gross monochromatic doo-doo color, but on Juggernaut it fits kind of his motif, and I actually kind of like it. It's not bad. This one's almost just an inversion of his default, but they've, gone with different shades of red and brown, and it almost kind of makes him look like the Hulkbuster or something. It's almost given red and gold, depending on how you interpret the brown on the boots, but this is a great color for him. I mean, I've talked about this before. He's been depicted as a dark red color in the comics, so it makes sense to make his primary that color, and it looks fucking good on him. He looks cool. I have no problem putting Juggernaut in B. He's got all pretty solid colors. Good old Ken, he's definitely the flashiest of the Shotos in terms of color. I mean, Dan has some wild colors, but they're like wacky tie-dye at the office, whereas Ken's more like Guy Fieri. But the red's very good, let's be honest. It does a lot of the legwork for making Ken cool, or at least it did, That's probably what gravitated you towards him when you were a kid. You're like, well, the guy in the red seems cooler. And that still holds true to some degree. That said, I actually really do like seeing Ken in the white gi. Just like with Akuma, it feels like all the flash and gimmicks are stripped back, and this is Ken just taking it serious. I'm not sure if this was intended to be an evil Ken sort of color, but it does look like that. Regardless, this is a cool look. This is like the Xbox Live Ken. If you were ever going to play this back on Xbox Live, everybody playing Ken would probably pick this color because it's the edgiest, therefore the coolest. I disagree with that equation, but it is a really cool color. I like the more sandy kind of blonde for his hair and gloves, the darker skin tone. It balances well. Banana Ken, this one's been around. I get why he would wear a bright-ass yellow. I just wish they would have changed his hair and gloves a little bit. It's just very, very yellow, and it makes me think of canned corn, and that turns me off. As we can see, Ken's been getting clothing ideas from the copier because he's moved from yellow to magenta. But, this actually looks pretty good on him. It feels like a twist on his default color, but now instead of a really blonde hair, you have this almost fine golden peachy color that's similar to his skin tone, but for some reason it kind of works on Ken for me. And it all pairs really good with the copier ink magenta gi he's wearing. I actually really like this one. And if you hadn't guessed, my personal favorite, the green. I think Ken looks great in green. Fits him well. They've softened his hair again for this one, but it's more yellow instead of peachy, which, plays nice with this kind of foresty green he's wearing. This is a good Ken color. To me, I think Ken goes in the A tier. There's not a bad color amongst the bunch, and there's not even just a decent one. They're all pretty fucking good. Bison is no stranger to wearing all sorts of wacky colors. I mean, even going back to Super Turbo. But he keeps things a little more prim and proper here in Marvel 2, which is disappointing depending on what you're looking for. But starting out here, the red, This is how he looked in this era in the Alpha series. It's a good red. I kind of like the warm gray. The pairing gives him his own sort of spot in the color makeup of the cast. But that said, this gray to me kind of reads more like Super Nintendo or like plastic than it does like metal. So I don't know. Oh, it's Zack Snyder in Bison. I joke, but I actually really like how this one looks. This feels like this is the SNK Bison or something. He's darker, he's more gritty and more eviler than before. This is a cool take on the traditional red, you know. Black is a very appropriate color for a villain like Bison. I like what they've done with the metal bits in his cape. They've kind of changed it to a more blue-gray shading instead of the more yellowed one, and it makes him, this is, you know, this is Midnight Bison. That's a cool color. Again, we have the Player 1, Player 2 red-blue switcheroo, but this has got that third strike shading on it, which gives it extra points for me. And what I mean by that is, like, notice how instead of darker blues for the shading, we have shades of purple to make him really vibrant and, like, pop off the screen. I call it third strike shading because a lot of colors in third strike have it. A good example would be like Ken's default. The shading on his red gi isn't a dark red, it's more like a magenta color, and it just makes him look a lot cooler when he's in motion. And that applies to this Bison, and it makes it probably better than the default red in my opinion. This one's cool. It's one that he had in Alpha 3, I want to say, and it looks like ghostly or like supercharged or something with the white and the cyan elements. It's a cool look for Bison. Another take on the black color here, this time with a gold coloration to the cape and the boots and things. Which I get what they're going for. I just think personally, I wish the gold was a little more regal and muted and less like Bionicle armor, but it's not bad, it's okay. I'm personally disappointed by Bison in this game. We've seen him in much more interesting colors than this, and with 6 slots to fill, I don't know, I felt like they could have done some more interesting choices, like that green and orange one, or the white with the red, or even that weird pink and blue one. I just feel like overall he belongs in C. Nothing offensive, but really nothing that, you know, gets my goat.